So this is a very wonderful devotional drama where we can see that how the Lord is Bhakta Vatsal, how he reciprocates with his devotees. So please be attentive now. The drama is going to start in few seconds. Hari Bol.
समय पहले दो ब्राह्मण दक्षिण भारत में कांचीपुरम के पास विद्यानगर नामक गांव में रहते थे। उनमें से एक ब्राह्मण बूढ़ा और धनवान था जिसका नाम था राम नारायण। दूसरा ब्राह्मण जवान था परंतु गरीब था जिसका नाम था रघु। एक बार राम नारायण ने कई तीर्थ क्षेत्रों के दर्शन करने का सोचा, पर उनके अधेड़ उम्र के कारण वे इतनी बड़ी यात्रा अकेले पूर्ण करने में असमर्थ थे। इसीलिए उन्होंने रघु को अपने साथ आने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया। वे कई पवित्र स्थलों पर गए जैसे गया, काशी, प्रयाग और आखिर में सभी पवित्र स्थलों में से सबसे पवित्र मथुरा आ पहुंचे। बाद में वहां उन्होंने वृंदावन के कई मंदिरों का भी दर्शन किया, सभी पवित्र स्थलों में स्नान किया और उन सभी जगहों के दर्शन किए जहां भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अपनी अद्वितीय लीलाएं की थी। ऐसे ही वे केशे घाट पर स्थित गोपाल जी के मंदिर आ पहुंचे। अब आगे।
मेरे प्यारे रघु, हमारे इस यात्रा में जहाँ हम कई पवित्र स्थानों पर गए, तुमने मेरी कितनी अच्छी सेवा की, मेरा कितना ख्याल रखा। मुझे किसी भी तरह की परेशानी महसूस नहीं हुई। तुम्हारी इस सेवा से मैं तुमसे कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करना चाहता हूँ।
लेकिन प्रभु जी, ये नामुमकिन है। ये कैसे हो सकता है? आप तो बहुत बड़े विद्वान पंडित हो और इतने धनवान भी हो, और दूसरी तरफ मैं तो बड़े ही गरीब परिवार से आता हूँ, ज़्यादा ज्ञानी भी नहीं हूँ। मैं आपकी बेटी का पति बनने के लायक ही नहीं हूँ।
नहीं नहीं, कृपया मेरा विश्वास करो। मैं मेरी बेटी तुम्हें देना चाहता हूँ और मैंने ये तय कर लिया है।
लेकिन आपके परिवार के सदस्यों का क्या? वो कभी ये नहीं चाहेंगे कि मुझ जैसे कम पढ़े लिखे आदमी आपके परिवार का सदस्य बने?
वो मेरी बेटी है और किसी को भी ये कहने का अधिकार नहीं बनता। यदि मैं उसे तुम्हें देना चाहता हूँ तो मैं उसे तुम्हें ही दूंगा।
यदि ये सच है तो आप मुझे गोपाल जी के समक्ष वचन दीजिए और उन्हें हमारे लिए साक्षी बनने दीजिए।
हाँ हाँ, बहुत अच्छा सुझाव है। मेरे प्रिय गोपाल, कृपया हमारे लिए साक्षी बनिए। मैंने इस युवक रघु को ये वचन दिया है कि मैं मेरी बेटी का विवाह इससे करवाऊंगा।
हे गोपाल, यदि इस वचन को निभाने में कोई कठिनाई आए तो मैं आपको साक्षी देने बुलाऊंगा। कृपया आप साक्षी देने अवश्य आइएगा गोपाल।
इसके बाद दोनों ही अपने गांव विद्यानगर की ओर निकल पड़े। रामनारायण ने अपने सारे रिश्तेदारों और मित्रों को बुलाया। सभी लोगों के सामने उन्होंने श्री गोपाल जी के समक्ष जो भी हुआ था उसका वर्णन किया। जब सारे लोगों ने उनकी बात सुनी तो सबने अपने चेहरे पर नाराजगी जताई। सबने उनसे विनती की, आगे कभी भी इस तरह का वचन ना दे।
पंडित जी, एक बात समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। अगर आपने अपनी बेटी इस परिवार में दे दी तो आपका उच्च कुल नष्ट हो जाएगा। जो लोग इस बात को सुनेंगे तो वो आपका मजाक उड़ाएंगे और आप पर हंसेंगे।
लेकिन मैं अपना वचन कैसे तोड़ सकता हूँ जो मैंने वृंदावन जैसे पवित्र स्थल पर दिया था। अब चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, मुझे मेरी बेटी का विवाह रघु से करवाना ही पड़ेगा।
नहीं नहीं, ये असंभव है। वो कितना गरीब है। आप इस तरह मेरी बहन का उस तुच्छ व्यक्ति के साथ विवाह नहीं कर सकते। मुझे ये स्वीकार नहीं है।
पर मैं अब क्या कर सकता हूँ? मैंने तो उसे गोपाल जी के समक्ष वचन दे दिया है। यदि मैं अपने वचन का पालन नहीं करता हूँ तो मेरे धार्मिक सिद्धांतों का उल्लंघन होगा।
विग्रह साक्षी के रूप में हो सकते हैं, लेकिन वो कितने दूर शहर में है। वो इस विद्यानगर में आपके खिलाफ साक्षी देने कैसे आ सकते हैं? आप इसकी चिंता मत कीजिए। अगर कोई आपसे पूछे तो आपको झूठ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं। बस इतना कह दीजिए कि मुझे कुछ याद नहीं, बाकी सब मैं संभाल लूंगा।
अगले दिन रघु उस ब्राह्मण के पास मिलने पहुंच जाता है। अब आगे।
प्रभु जी, कृपया मेरा सम्मान पूर्वक दंडवत स्वीकार कीजिए। आप कैसे हो प्रभु जी? आपकी तबीयत कैसी है? आप इतने दुखी क्यों लग रहे हो?
हाँ हाँ, वो मैं
आपको याद है ना वो वचन जो आपने मुझे गोपाल जी के समक्ष दिया था? आप चुप क्यों है? कुछ बोल क्यों नहीं रहे? कुछ तो बोलिए।
मैं रघु, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
अरे ओ मूर्ख, मेरे घर से निकल जा।
नहीं नहीं बेटे, ऐसा।
आप चुप रहिए पिताजी। तुम्हें मेरी बहन से शादी करनी है? हाँ,
नहीं नहीं, पहले मेरी मेरी बात तो सुनिए।
मुझे कुछ नहीं सुनना।
नहीं नहीं बेटे, ऐसा मत बोलो।
आप चुप रहिए पिताजी। अब देखिए मैं क्या करता हूँ।
लेकिन प्रभु जी, आप कुछ कहिए ना।
नहीं, निकल जा मेरे घर से, नहीं तो मैं तेरा सर फोड़ दूंगा।
बेटे बेटे रुको, रुको बेटे।
बड़े बेटे का असभ्य व्यवहार देखकर रघु घबरा गया और वहां से भाग गया। दूसरे दिन रघु ने गांव के लोगों को इकट्ठा किया और राम नारायण के वहां बुलाया।
इस वरिष्ठ गृहस्थ ने खुद मुझे वचन दिया था कि वो अपने बेटे की शादी मुझसे करवाएंगे, पर अभी ये उस वचन से पलट रहे हैं। मुझे डर है कि अगर इन्होंने अपने वचन का पालन नहीं किया तो इनका ब्राह्मण सिद्धांत नष्ट हो जाएगा।
आपने इस आदमी को अपनी बेटी देने का वादा किया था या नहीं?
मुझे कुछ याद नहीं। मुझे समझ भी नहीं आ रहा कि ये जवान लड़का क्या कहना चाह रहा है।
ये जवान आदमी चोर है जो मेरे पिताजी के साथ सफर कर रहा था। इसने मेरे पिताजी के पास बहुत सारा पैसा देखा और ललचा गया, और इसने धतूरा जहर दे के मेरे पिताजी को मारने का प्रयत्न किया।
नहीं नहीं बेटे, पर
हाँ हाँ पिताजी, बता रहा हूँ। फिर वो जहर खाने के बाद ये पागल हो गए थे। फिर इसने उनके सारे पैसे चुरा लिए, उन्हें गालियां भी दी, और अब मेरी बहन को चुराने के लिए नई कहानी बना रहा है। क्या आप ये सब सह पाओगे?
अब तुम क्या कहोगे इस बारे में?
इन्होंने गोपाल जी के समक्ष मुझे वचन दिया था, वो साक्षी है।
तो क्या तुम तुम्हारे साक्षी को यहाँ ला सकते हो?
हाँ, मैं गोपाल जी को यहाँ साक्षी देने बुलाऊंगा। मैं उन्हें अवश्य बुलाऊंगा।
अच्छा, तो हम एक सौदा करते हैं। यदि तुम श्री गोपाल जी को साक्षी देने के लिए बुला सकते हो तो मैं मान लूंगा कि मेरे पिताजी ने उनकी बेटी देने का वचन दिया था।
सच पूछो तो पंडित राम नारायण बड़े ही सच्चे इंसान हैं। धार्मिक सिद्धांतों का अनुसरण करने वाले बड़े सज्जन पुरुष हैं। मैं इस ब्राह्मण की धर्मनिष्ठा को सम्मान करते हुए परम पुरुषोत्तम भगवान को साक्षी देने अवश्य बुलाऊंगा, और इस तरह मैं उनके सत्य वचन को अबाधित रखूंगा। हाँ, अबाधित रखूंगा।
रघु वृंदावन धाम जाने के लिए निकल पड़ा, जो विद्यानगर से हजारों कोस दूर था। और आखिर में लंबी यात्रा के बाद वो श्री गोपाल जी के मंदिर आ पहुंचा। उसने भगवान को दंडवत किया और उनसे कहने लगा,
हे गोपाल, आप तो ब्राह्मण संस्कृति के रक्षक हो। आप बहुत दयालु हो गोपाल, बहुत दयालु। कृपया करके आप हम दोनों ब्राह्मणों के धार्मिक सिद्धांतों का रक्षण कीजिए गोपाल। आज मैं यहाँ अपने लिए नहीं आया हूं। मैं तो आपके चरण कमलों की सेवा कर, आपका नाम स्मरण करके और आपकी भक्ति में पूर्ण संतुष्ट हो गोपाल। और पंडित राम नारायण, वो तो बड़े ही सज्जन पुरुष है, आपके अच्छे भक्त भी है। परंतु जब कोई भक्त अप्रामाणिक होता है तो उसके भक्ति में बाधाएं आती है। आज मैं यहाँ एक ही उद्देश्य से आया हूँ, उन्हें झूठ बोलने से बचाने के लिए। इसलिए गोपाल, कृपया करके आप विद्यानगर चलिए और मेरे मित्र के वचन के प्रति साक्षी दीजिए। गोपाल, साक्षी दीजिए। गोपाल, साक्षी दीजिए।
जय जय नंद यशोदा दूला गिरिवरधारी गोपाल। जय जय नंद यशोदा दूला गिरिवरधारी गोपाल। गिरिवरधारी गोपाल। गोपाल 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 गोपाल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे
अपने भक्त की प्रेम भरी पुकार सुनकर श्री गोपाल जी बहुत प्रसन्न हुए और अपने निज रूप में प्रकट हुए।
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं।
मेरे प्यारे रघु, मैं तुम्हारे भक्ति और विश्वास को देखकर बहुत संतुष्ट हूँ। तुम विद्यानगर वापस जा सकते हो। वहाँ सभी नागरिकों को बुलाइए और उस वक्त मुझे याद करें। मैं वहाँ अवश्य प्रकट हो जाऊँगा। तभी उस वचन का साक्षीदार बनकर मैं आप दोनों ब्राह्मणों की रक्षा करूँगा।
तो गोपाल, यदि आप इस रूप में वहाँ आए तो वो मेरा विश्वास नहीं करेंगे। यदि आप चतुर्भुज नारायण के रूप में भी आए तो भी वो मेरा विश्वास नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि मैंने उन्हें कहा है कि वो गोपाल जी है जो साक्षीदार है। इसीलिए कृपया कर आप विद्यानगर चलिए। गोपाल, आप विद्यानगर चलिए।
परंतु प्यारे रघु, मेरे आने की अपेक्षा आप कैसे कर सकते हो? मैं तो विग्रह हूँ, मंदिर में रहता हूँ। कभी आपने सुना है कि विग्रह एक जगह से दूसरी जगह चल कर गए हो? मैं वहां नहीं आ सकता हूँ।
लेकिन भगवान, आप मेरे संग बात कर रहे हो। यदि आप बात कर सकते हो तो आप चल भी सकते हो। विग्रहों को कभी किसी ने बात करते हुए सुना है? गोपाल, यदि आप बात कर सकते हो तो आप मेरे संग चल भी सकते हो। गोपाल, आप मेरे संग चल रहे हो।
रघु, मेरे प्रति तुम्हारा जो प्यार है उसे देखकर मैं हार गया हूँ। मैं आपसे बहुत संतुष्ट हूँ। मैं आपके साथ विद्यानगर अवश्य चलूंगा, परंतु एक बात का ध्यान रखना रघु, जब तक हम विद्यानगर पहुंच नहीं जाते आप मुझे पीछे मुड़कर नहीं देखोगे। मेरे पैरों में बंधे हुए घुंघरू की आवाज सुनकर आपको पता चलेगा कि मैं आपके पीछे पीछे चल रहा हूँ। यदि आपने पीछे मुड़कर देखा तो मैं वहीं पर स्थिर हो जाऊंगा रघु। और एक बात, प्रतिदिन आप 1 किलो चावल पकाना जो मैं ग्रहण करूंगा।
हाँ, मुझे मंजूर है। मुझे मंजूर है गोपाल। आप मेरे साथ चलिए। आइए गोपाल।
पीछे मुड़कर नहीं देखना है रघु।
हाँ हाँ, गोपाल आप आइए।
इसी तरह रघु और गोपाल जी के विग्रह ने सफर शुरू किया।
मेरे संग चले गोपाल, हर कदम हर सवाल में। जब मन डगमगाए राहों में, थामे हाथ कृपाल मेरे गोपाल।
मेरे संग चले गोपाल, तो डर कैसा संसार में। छाया बनकर साथ निभाए, लीला करे हर हाल में। जब अंत समय आए जीवन का, होठों पे तेरा नाम। नंदलाला श्याम सुंदर, ले चल मुझे अपने धाम। मेरे संग चले गोपाल, बस यही मेरी अरदास। इस दास को अपना लेना, रखना चरणों के पास।
रास्ते में रघु गोपाल जी के घुंघरू की मधुर आवाज सुन रहा था। हर रोज 1 किलो चावल गोपाल जी के लिए पकाता था। आखिर में वे विद्यानगर के पास आ पहुंचे। अचानक से घुंघरू की आवाज आनी बंद हो गई।
ये घुंघरू की आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही? गोपाल, कैसी लीला कर रहे हो आप मेरे साथ? आवाज ही नहीं आ रही। क्या करूं? नहीं, मुझे पीछे मुड़कर देखना ही होगा। हाँ, पीछे मुड़ता हूँ।
और इस प्रकार रघु पीछे मुड़कर देखता है। श्याम सुंदर, कमल नयन गोपाल मधुर मुस्कुराते वहीं स्थिर हो जाते हैं।
प्रभु, बस अब थोड़ी और देर, कृपया आप आगे बढ़िए।
रघु, चिंता ना करो, मैं यही स्थिर रहूंगा। तुम अब घर जाओ और सभी को बताना कि मैं साक्षी देने के लिए यहाँ आया हूँ, और सभी को यहाँ लेकर आना। मैं अब यहाँ से नहीं जाऊंगा।
हाँ गोपाल, मैं सभी को यहाँ बुलाऊंगा। आइए आइए गांव वालों, गोपाल जी साक्षी देने आए हैं। आओ सब लोग, गोपाल जी साक्षी देने आए हैं। गांव के बाहर खड़े हैं, आप सभी आइए। गोपाल जी साक्षी देने आए हैं। गोपाल जी साक्षी देने आए हैं।
मैं साक्षी देता हूँ कि पंडित राम नारायण ने अपनी बेटी को विवाह में रघु को देने का वचन दिया था।
हे गोपाल, मेरे प्रिय भगवान, मुझे अपनी आंखों पर विश्वास ही नहीं हो रहा है। मेरे लिए आप इतने कठोर प्रयास कर आपका धाम छोड़ साक्षी देने यहाँ आए हो। परिवार के सदस्यों के प्रति भावुक होकर मैंने दिया हुआ वचन और ब्राह्मण सिद्धांतों का उल्लंघन किया है। मुझे क्षमा कर दो भगवान, मुझे क्षमा कर दो।
राम नारायण, कृपया क्षमा मत मांगो। जीवन भर तुमने निस्वार्थ होकर मेरी भक्ति और सेवा की है। आप दोनों ही जन्म जन्म से मेरे शाश्वत रूप में सेवक हो। आप दोनों की सच्चाई पर मैं बहुत संतुष्ट हूँ। आप जो चाहे वो वरदान मांग सकते हो।
हे गोपाल, आपके चरण कमलों की भक्ति के सिवाय हमें इस दुनिया में किसी भी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है गोपाल, किसी भी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है।
हाँ भगवान, हमें हर जन्म में आपके नम्र सेवक रहने दीजिए। श्री गोपाल जी की जय, श्री गोपाल जी की जय, साक्षी गोपाल जी की जय।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। देवकी नंदन गोविंद रखते सबके राज, सबके स्वामी अंतर्यामी पूरन कीजिए काज।
Hari Bol. A round of applause for all these devotees. Hari Bol. हरे कृष्णा। तो सभी लोग यू टर्न कर सकते हैं और प्रभु जी आए हैं, व्रज बिहारी प्रभु। तो सबसे पहले हम ये सारे सिंसियर भक्तों का धन्यवाद देंगे जिन्होंने इतना सुंदर ड्रामा प्रेजेंट किया। ये IOS के बॉयज हैं फ्रॉम वर्ली ग्रुप, गाइडेड बाय हिज ग्रेस श्रीकांत कृष्ण प्रभु। सो लेट अस थैंक देम बाय लाउडली चैंटिंग 3 times. Oh, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा।
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तान् सञ्जीवयत किल शक्तिधरा स्वधाम्ना। अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणात्वगादीन् प्रणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। कथाञ्चना स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् विस्मृते विपरीतं स्यात् श्रीचनमामितम्।
Hare Krishna. So, a very warm welcome to all of you to 223rd Prerana Festival. Hari Bol. And this is a very good fortune of all of us that we have a very, very special lecturer today, His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhu. All of you know Prabhuji by his wonderful lectures and his insights by reading his different books. But for the newcomers who have come for first time, I'll give an introduction. Prabhuji is a very senior monk in Radha Gopinath temple. He has spent more than 25 years in this temple rendering wonderful services. When he was around 25 years young, and he used to do a lot of book distribution in local trains and visiting congregation preaching in Borivali region, making a lot of devotees there. Then we had a wonderful base there near Sanjay Gandhi National Park, where a lot of you took the inspiration and become the leaders in Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji is very known for his devotion towards Radha Gopinath ji. He offers wonderful prayers to the Lord, and he serves the deities and the devotees very attentively and wonderfully. Everyone knows him as a very kind, gentle-hearted Vaishnava, genuinely caring for others. And he's very much blessed by his spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he's preaching all over the world. He visits many countries like USA, and devotees from London, especially the youth group, they are always eager to welcome His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhu for his association and the guidance. So we are very fortunate that Prabhuji has kindly agreed to share us a wonderful wisdom. And one more announcement. There is a wonderful book called Break Free from Overthinking. This is the latest book he has written, which is going to be very helpful for us. So Prabhuji is going to share some wisdom from this book also. So let us welcome His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhu by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Nandagop Prabhu, for a very sweet, warm introduction. I feel very accepted. And when you were saying 223rd Prerana, I was remembering the first Prerana Festival. We added the Bhaktivedanta Hall, the second festival also. Then slowly we started coming up here. So that was 2002. So we have come a long way. I'm feeling very happy to be once again, going back memory lane. Thank you very much. Today I've chosen a topic which is very, very relevant for the youth. Think better, feel better. So I'm going to spend the first few minutes explaining one technical concept. I want you to hear attentively. It's very simple. Once you crack this code, once you understand this, what is thoughts, feelings, speech? What exactly is all of this? That is the first topic we'll discuss. Then I want to discuss with you why it is important to change our thoughts. Why it is important to choose our thoughts. Right now, many of us, we don't choose our thoughts. Thoughts choose us. Isn't it? So we'll discuss why to choose our thoughts. And then finally, third topic we'll discuss briefly how we can do it or how I'm trying to do it in my life. I sometimes succeed, sometimes fail. So first topic is, what exactly is thoughts? We say think better, feel better. What is thinking? What is feeling? What is speech? So we'll discuss that. Okay? So 3 topics. Yaad rakhna. Okay. Now, all of you repeat after me loudly. I'll say some sentences. You have to just repeat. Okay? Dear Radha Gopinath, I love you. Please engage me in your service. You know what you did just now? This was speech. There was sound here. Did you hear sound? You created sound. You created sound. You heard sound. And this is called speech. Now, I want to introduce you to something very profound. Sound is not simply in speech. Sound can be in thought also. So same sound which you created just now. What did you say? Dear Radha Gopinath, I love you. Please engage me in your service. Now I'll say that again. You repeat after me, but without moving your lips. Is it possible? Dear Radha Gopinath, I love you. Please engage me in your service. So you spoke this sentence in your mind? That is called thoughts. So there is speech and there is thoughts. Like, sometimes you are going in the train and you see something dirty which you should not be seeing, or something, you get some bad thought and you want help. You want to say, Gauranga, Nityananda, you want help. But if you scream, Nityananda, what will happen? People all will get bewildered. You want to call out the Lord's name. So what we can do, we can scream our lungs out. Lord Nityananda is very merciful. Lord Gauranga is very merciful. And day after tomorrow is Gaur Purnima. So we can say, Gauranga. But in the train, we can't do that. So Devamrit Maharaj would say, when you are disturbed and you want help and you are in a crowded marketplace, he said, you can scream your lungs out loudly, but without moving your lips. And he said, you can say, Gauranga. But here there is no restriction. You can say, Gauranga. This is speech. The same sound with the same intensity can be chanted in thoughts also. That is thoughts. So when you are disturbed, you can say, Krishna, please help me. You can say it out loud, or you can also say it out in thoughts. So speech and thoughts are common. And these thoughts we can create. Unfortunate thoughts are coming like a cyclone, like a tsunami, and we are getting tossed. But imagine you could choose the thoughts. Won't that be wonderful? Like some of you may be having a thought. You may not say it. You may be smiling in the class, but you may be, what is for dinner today in Prerana? Last time it was pav bhaji. Today is noodles. But externally you are like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, speech is at one level, thoughts is another level. Like, when I was distributing books, Nandago Prabhu was saying, some years ago I was distributing books. I would give a book to a person. Please take this book. That's the speech. But in thoughts, I would be saying, Krishna, please let him take, Krishna, please, you are there in his heart as Paramatma, let him take the book, please, Krishna. And then he would return the book. Then I would go to the next person. And I would come back from book distribution, sometimes with very less score, but I would feel very satisfied. Because in my thoughts, I was with Krishna. Sometimes in your speech, you may be with Krishna, but in thoughts, you may not be with Krishna, and you may be very, very miserable despite being with devotees. So speech is there, thoughts also is important. An understanding? So this speech, sound, when sound is created through speech, it is called in Bhagavatam Vaikari. That is the technical name. You don't have to worry about the technical name, but I'm just giving you. This is scientific. And in thoughts form, when we count, that is called Madhyama. Will you remember this? Speech and thoughts. Like for example, some of you today must have told your family members, I am going to temple. That is Vaikari. You spoke it. And while taking shower in the afternoon or doing something, you may have got a thought. I want to go to temple. I want to go to temple. You didn't speak it out, but you got a thought. That manifested as speech. Now I want to introduce you to something subtler. Feelings. So in the afternoon, suddenly a wave of shelter, a wave of belongingness, a wave must have entered your heart. It cannot be expressed in thoughts or speech. Ek feeling aaya. That is Pashyanti Vak. That is also sound, but it is very soft. You cannot catch it. Are you getting it? Simple? So a wave, see, speech is gross sound. You can record it. Thought is subtler sound. And feeling is not, it appears to be not sound, but it is a wave in the consciousness. But it is also carrying energy. And that is called Pashyanti. So you have felt a sense of shelter, and that shelter came out as a thought. Let me go to temple. Let me go to temple. And that came out as words. I am going to temple. Are you getting it? So there is three things we spoke about. What is that? First is speech is called Vaikari. Then thoughts is called Madhyama. And third, feelings is called Pashyanti. Very clear? So words that are spoken, can it be recorded? You have your phone, you can record what I'm saying. Thoughts, can they be recorded? No. Are you sure? You can record them. Every day morning I record them. You can write them down. I got this thought just now. Likh do. Right? Feelings, very tough. But I've got a magic card. Last so many years, last 12, 13 years, I'm sharing this. Later on, during Prasadam, I'll be there at the book table. You can come and if you can take photo of this. So this is a card. On the one side, there are need words. What is my need? If you look at this, you get an idea of what I am needing right now. And generally, what I need or what I don't, when I don't get what I need or when I get what I need, some feelings are created. So the next page has feelings. Sometimes you can ask yourself, if you feel uncomfortable, now you can look at the card. what am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling little, some word will resonate with you here. These are all feeling words. Oh, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Yes, this is exactly what I'm feeling. These feelings come because some needs are not met. Then turn the card and see what are the needs. I'm feeling uncomfortable because what need is not being met? And then some word will resonate. I need acknowledgement and respect. I didn't get it, so I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. So this is awareness. You come to know what you feeling, what you are needing. It's very, very tough because the mind keeps running full speed. So when you come to Hare Krishna temple, you hear Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is Vaikari. This is sound. When I first time came to temple and I heard this melody, in the Madhyama Vak, in my thought, I was thinking, होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो. I was thinking of a Bollywood song. So Madhyama Vak is something else only. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. When one devotee was singing this melody for the first time, I was thinking, है अपना दिल तो आवारा न जाने किस पे आएगा. No, 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 no. I was in my own world. So, Vaikari is one level. But, see, Prabhupada gave us Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He said, chant. Just move the lips. Just pronounce clearly. That is Vaikari. But same Srila Prabhupada told us, while chanting, we should meditate on the meaning of the mantra. Oh Krishna, oh Radharani, please engage me in your service. That is Madhyama Vak. And then same Prabhupada also told us, while chanting, we should call out to the Lord like a child helplessly calls out to the mother. Child is not thinking. Child is feeling that helplessness. Pashyanti Vak. So, 3 levels we discussed, but there is a 4th level of sound. 4th level, that sound is beyond matter. That is called Paravak. That is the soul's voice. The soul has a voice with Krishna, relationship with Krishna. And when Krishna also talks to you, in what language? Paravak. Krishna doesn't talk through words, through thoughts, through feelings. His speech is different. We cannot calculate with our mind, intelligence. Are you getting this? If we can calculate it, if we can explain it, that means our intelligence, which is material, is better than Krishna's voice. By definition, we should not be able to understand it. But you'll know it. When you hear that Krishna's voice, you'll know it. Like Radhana Swami Maharaj writes in the book Journey Home, that when he was in Israel, when he was in a mountain somewhere, Greece, he heard this voice, go to India. He said, I knew that is God's voice. I knew it. He can't explain it, how it is. Okay, clear? So we discussed 4 levels of sound. We will not discuss much about, everybody wants to know Paravak. Everybody wants to know how is Krishna's voice. I've seen devotees ask me, Prabhuji, how can I know it is God's voice? Hare Baba, I cannot explain it. Nobody can explain it. You will know it when you hear God's voice. See, actual experience of Krishna cannot be found in our thoughts with words. What is it then? It is a sense of deep belonging, shelter, which mind intelligence cannot articulate. Can you describe gross experience? Like let's say you eat a pizza, maja aa gaya aapko. Can you describe that experience? You can explain it, right? Subtle emotional state, can you explain it? Like what you are feeling, what you are thinking. Can you explain it? Yes. Why you can explain all of this? Because you are the soul. I am the soul. I am different from my mind. I am different from my intelligence. I am different from my body. So I can explain. But what the soul is experiencing, Krishna's love, How can the mind and intelligence describe that? Because love of Krishna is the language of the soul. Intelligence, mind is all material. Spiritual is very deep. At best, we can blabber. We can say something. I'm feeling, Krishna's love, whatever. It's blabber. Thoda. Like, have you tried sometimes speaking when you're underwater? You tried? When a pure devotee, have you heard pure devotees speak about Krishna? They speak so intensely. Have you heard? Srila Prabhupada, so many Maharajas, they speak so beautifully. What they express is only a shadow of what they are actually feeling. They are deep in the water of love of Krishna, but little bit they are telling us so that we can understand. But the real experience of Krishna's relationship, Krishna's voice is beyond what we can process. But still we make some attempt. So, Paravak, that is the state we want to go. All of us want to go there, right? You all want to talk to Krishna. You all want to, anybody here wants to hear Krishna's voice? Yes, you all want to hear how Gopinath's voice must be, how Gopinath's flute must be. That is Paravak. And that state of knowing cannot be reached by our words or by our thoughts. It is beyond mind, intelligence, ego. It is the soul state. It is the home state. It is a real reward in bhakti. But unfortunately, we are trying to understand Krishna's voice through our mind, intelligence. It is like trying to measure distance using a litmus test. Or you are checking alkalinity using a vernier calipers. So we can't examine a physics phenomenon using a microscope. So the instruments are simply not matching the dimension that you are trying to explore. Right? Similarly, when we rely on intelligence to understand what Krishna is trying to tell me, we will not understand. It is like a neem ka ped ka kida. Neem ka ped ka kida, worm in the neem tree. Neem tree is bitter or sweet? Neem is bitter. And this neem ka ped ka kida is trying to understand what the visiting kida, one worm visits that tree from aam ka ped. So this neem ka ped ka kida says, "Aap kahan se aaye?" "मैं आम के पेड़ से आया हूं, मैं आम के पेड़ का कीड़ा हूं." बहुत मीठा होता है आम, वेरी स्वीट. तो दिस नीम का पेड़ा बोल रहा हूं नीम का पेड़ का कीड़ा. तो नीम का पेड़ का कीड़ा से ये स्वीट क्या होता है? स्वीट क्या है? सो आम का पेड़ का कीड़ा से, अरे आम स्वीट, मैंगो स्वीट, स्वीट. So this neem ka ped ka kida says, what is sweet? So this fellow cannot understand what is sweet because he has no idea. आपको समझ में आ रहा है? तो हम लोग कौन है? नीम के पेड़ का कीड़ा है. और कृष्ण का वॉइस, कृष्ण का रिलेशनशिप क्या है? आम का स्वाद है, वो आम का स्वीटनेस है. So we are, whole life we are living in the world of mind, thoughts, speech, feelings. And how can we expect to understand the language of the soul? But today we are going to discuss the secret. There is a way, slowly we can reach there. Because Krishna speaks in a beautiful language, which is a very divine dialect, which the mind and intelligence cannot process. We have to go beyond thinking, analyzing, and that is why we have this Prerana class today. So, what we can do? We can work on our thoughts and feelings. At least work on speech, thoughts and feelings properly. Krishna says, "Acha, ye sincere hai." He is able to communicate properly through Vaikari, Madhyama and Pashyanti. Then Krishna will take care of the Paravak. Is that clear? We have to do what we can do. Then Krishna will help us do what we cannot do. So, okay, for the first topic today I discussed was, what is thoughts, speech and feelings? Clear? Answer is, what is speech? Vaikari. It is sound in gross form which can be recorded. Next is Madhyama Vak, which is thoughts which can be recorded through writing. It is subtler. And then Pashyanti Vak is feelings which is what? Which is not manifest sound. It is not even subtle. It is what? It's a wave in the consciousness. And that is even subtler. That is paravak. That is the voice of the Atma, the soul. And can we understand it through mind intelligence? No. Why? Because we are neem ke ped ka kida. Clear? This was the first topic. Now I want to briefly discuss with you why it is important to change our thoughts. Why it is important to work at what level? Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama or Vaikari? Which level I am talking about now? Madhyama Vak. Thoughts. We have to work on the thoughts. Okay, what comes first? Thoughts or speech? We think something and speak. There are some people I know, they speak first and then they think. I'm sure you also know some people like that. Arre, kya bol diya? But ideally, you think and then you speak. Thinking generally comes before speaking. But now I'll ask you, what comes first? Thinking or feeling? Feeling? I hear feeling, I hear. How many of you feel thinking comes first before feeling? Acha. How many of you think feeling comes before thinking? Others, they don't know. It's like asking which comes first? Murgi or anda? Egg or chicken? Which comes first? Aye. So sometimes thoughts create feelings, sometimes feelings create thoughts. We can't really say. But feelings are not in our control. They're very subtle. They're like a wave. They just come. But something is in our control of the two. Which one? Thoughts. So which comes first? We don't know. But thoughts also lead to feelings. So let us control our thoughts. Let us choose our thoughts. Same situation. Have you seen sometimes same situation for two people, they're in the same situation, but they feel differently. Has anybody experienced that? What does that mean? That means that situation is not the cause. Both of them are thinking differently. That is why both of them are having different feelings. Like imagine the pilot in the plane announces, ladies and gentlemen, some good news and bad news. Bad news is the engine has failed. But good news is we have enough parachutes for everyone. We all will jump safely. Now, when this pilot announces like this, what do you think will happen to the passengers? Everybody will panic? No. Some people who always were scared of or always thought that jumping is dangerous, they will be nervous. They will feel scared. But some people always wanted to use a parachute. They'll say, "Arey, maza aa gaya." Same situation. Same situation, but different group people are thinking differently. I experienced this once. 25 years ago, we were going to Mayapur Yatra. This is a true story. We were going to Mayapur Yatra. Gaurang Priya Prabhu. Oh, I should not have told his name. Mucha bol diya. So Gaurang Priya Prabhu, we are close friends. So he was with me. So there were two. Now, during those days, our tickets were not like this online. We had to take printout. And there were two buses from here. We went to LTT. From there, we had a train to Mayapur. And we reached first. And the second bus, which was supposed to get devotees to the station, got delayed. And I was panicking. We had those small phones, Nokia phones. We used to call them, "Where are you? Prabhu, we are stuck in traffic. Oh, the train is going to leave." And the train was about to leave. But they had the tickets. All the tickets. And they had all the mridanga, all the mic, everything. And we were few of us in the train. And all the seats belonging to the devotees were yet to come. And we were scared. And I was panicking. I was in charge of that brahmachari group. And I was panicking. But Gaurang Priya Prabhu was with me. He was smiling all the time. He said, "Theek hai Prabhu, jo hoga." I was getting angry with him that how he is peaceful. Same situation. I am miserable, but he is peaceful. And then he said, "Nahi Prabhu, don't worry. Wo aa jayenge." And then the train started and I was panicking. But then the train stopped. Somebody pulled the chain. And after some time, again we waiting. They didn't come. Again the train started. Again, somebody was going to some other bathroom and pulling the chain. So like this, 6 or 7 times the chain was pulled. And finally, I think total time it took 25-30 minutes. By this time the devotees came running. They boarded the train. Everything was peaceful. I was so relieved. And in the end, I told in the night, Gaurang Priya Prabhu, Prabhu, how are you so peaceful? He said, Prabhu, बचपन से डिजायर था कि वो ट्रेन का चेन खींचना है. From childhood, I was thinking I have to pull the chain, but I had never a legitimate reason. But today I could do Vaishnav Seva. I could serve so many devotees. So I was so happy and excited at the prospect. So I was feeling, oh, if they get late, it is good. Then I can go somewhere and pull the chain. So the point I'm making is, same situation, two people feel differently because of the thoughts we have chosen. So today, before we discuss how to choose the thoughts, I wanted you to understand this concept. What is speech, what is sound, thoughts, what is feelings, and what is soul, that you understood. And why to choose thoughts, that is clear. Why? Why to choose thoughts? Boss, you can change your feelings. That is why we have to choose thoughts. Because in every situation, we have a choice of thoughts. We have a choice of, you can choose. I'll give an example. Once, I won't take name now, this brahmachari's name. He was very tough manager. He called me. He said, Vraj Bihari, he's my very close friend also. So he said, you have to come for yatra, IVS yatra. And we have to do this service. I said, Prabhu, I'm already booked and I've got so many things, responsibilities. He said, no, we are going now. We have 12 hours to pack and get ready. We are going. I said, no, I cannot come. And then he was also a tough manager. He started negotiating. So we spent 1 hour talking. Because he can never take a no for an answer. He said, okay, next year you are coming. So then I said, no, next year also I cannot come because I'm traveling at this time of the year, blah, 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 blah. I went back and forth. ठीक है, the next year. So 6 years later का उसने finally मेरे से commitment ले लिया. And he felt a sense of victory. And he went. So after he went, after 1 hour of discussion, I came to the room and I sat on my chair. 1 hour of discussion. Now, Vaikari is over. Now I am alone with my thoughts. Madhyama bhag. Now, depending on the thoughts I choose, I'm going to get feelings. The first choice I had was, I call it as thought choice. We all have, like you have choice of food. When you go to a restaurant, you have a choice, whether to eat pizza, dosa, pasta. Similarly, what thoughts to choose, you have a choice. So first choice I had was, he doesn't love me, nobody loves me in the ashram. They only come to me when they have work. They're very selfish. He never called me, never spoke to me last 6 months. Now he wants some service, so he's calling me. I'm so unloved in the ashram. This is the thought I could choose. If I choose these thoughts, what feelings I will get? Depressed. I heard one nice word here. Lonely. Lonely is the word I was looking for. I'll feel lonely. I'll feel nobody loves me. Because I've chosen these thoughts. The second choice I had, thought choice, was, aha, now he understands my value. Now he knows I'm indispensable. Without me, this yatra cannot go on. I am so much important part. At last, they're recognizing my value. So if I choose these thoughts, what feelings I will get? Ego, pride, false pride, arrogance, hubris would capture me. Nasha ek aayega, ghamand aayega. So you see what has happened here? And I had a third thought choice, which is, Krishna, I am grateful that I am still getting some chance to serve. Unfortunately, I am not able to do this service, but I am being considered for this service. Thank you, Krishna. So if this thought I choose, what feelings I will get? Peace, gratitude, appreciation, humility. These feelings will come like a wave. And these feelings will create further positive cyclical thoughts. They will feed. It's a feedback loop. When I feel grateful, I will get similar thoughts, and those thoughts will lead to further positive emotions, and then you are stuck in a positive loop. Many of us are stuck in a negative loop. So the first choice I had, thought choice was, which is in, all of you know 3 modes of nature: tamas, rajas, sattva, mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness. Remember the first thought choice I had, nobody loves me, all that. It comes in which mode? Tamas. The second choice, rajas. And the third, sattva. So we have a thought choice. We could choose what thoughts? Sattva guna thoughts. So we'll change our feelings. See, as you get older, no, all of you will realize this. One thing I've realized as I got older, that in life, many things are, you cannot say this is right and this is wrong. You must have already experienced some. See, when we are young, no, things are black or white. Oh, Mahabharat, okay, he is villain, he is hero. Ramayana, very clear. Ravana is villain, Ram is hero, Hanuman is hero. But in Mahabharat, Bhishma, hero, but Karna, villain, but. So shades, So we are growing up with binary thinking, 0, 1, 0, 1, but sometimes life is confusing. And many times, my dear friends, you cannot say for sure what is reality. You have to choose a reality. Has anybody experienced this? You have to choose. What is reality? Both are realities, but you have to choose. So if you choose the right kind of thoughts, you will choose a reality that will be helpful for you. I'll give an example. I was coming for Mangalarati. I was running, and I saw one brahmachari putting tilak. Early morning, 4 o'clock, smiling, and he's putting tilak. And he's singing, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and he's putting tilak. And I was running for Mangalarati, and I looked at him, and I was so much happy emotions came in my heart. You know why? Because such a sweet brahmachari. Early morning, the whole world of Mumbai outside this 7 km Munshi Marg is sleeping. And this person is so happy, excited about Radha Gopinath's Mangalarati Darshan, and is putting tilak. He's so happy. I was feeling happy seeing his enthusiasm. And I was thinking, he's so nice devotee. And thinking he's nice devotee, I was feeling happy. And I just stood there and I was looking at him. And just then one of my very close friends in the ashram, who also joined with me, he tapped me on the back. I looked back and he said, Kya answer hai? I said, Arey dekh yaar, kya mast Hare Krishna ga raha hai. So he said, To? I said, he's so blissful, he loves Krishna. He said, what do you mean? I said, he loves Krishna because he's so happily singing Hare Krishna. Look at the smile on his face. So he said, hey, I know the real story. I said, what is the real story? He said, see, last 1 week he's suffering from severe constipation. So yesterday I gave him a very powerful medicine, laxative. So his whole stomach is clean. So he's feeling light. So he's singing. Now, I said, my God, what did he say just now? This person is, what is the reality now? Now, it could be that he was constipated and all that could be a reality. So I told him, Prabhu, I refuse to choose your reality. I prefer to choose my reality. So what is the thought choice I was choosing? That he loves Krishna. He loves Krishna, so he's singing. He's saying what? अरे यार उसका पेट खराब था अभी ठीक हो गया तो हंस रहा है. So the point is, what is reality we cannot know sometimes. Like we went to Mayapur and half of us came by flight, the other half went by train. Those who went by train, their train got delayed by 12 hours and they didn't even have water in the train. Lot of miserable they were. In the sense they didn't have they had many inconveniences. We went by flight, completely comfortable. Air-conditioned bus. In the airport also we were comfortable. Then an air-conditioned bus came to take us. When we reached there, these devotees from the train also came because they had left 1 day before us. And we thought they'll be miserable. We were all very happy because in the whole train they were doing kirtan and they were saying we are so grateful that we had such nice sangha, we could share our hearts. Seeing their enthusiasm and joy, I realized that they were happier than us. Although externally they had every reason, because objective reality wise, they were more inconvenienced than us. But because they made the right thought choices, They had the right feelings. And they could come closer to hearing Krishna's voice, Krishna's love. Do you get all of this? What I'm saying? So please know how you are choosing your thoughts. As you get older, depression can hit you if you are not careful about choosing your thoughts. You know, we have this disease of horribleizing. Our Radharani Mataji was once saying in one Chetna class that she has 3 daughters. So she was saying, when the younger daughter, these siblings fight, no, always. So he said, the younger daughter was hit by the older daughter, something, she pinched her. So she came running to mother saying that Akka has pinched me. So she wanted to show the mother, but she realized that the mother may not take seriously. So what she did, the younger daughter, she herself pinched her arms more, made it more red. And then she said, see, Akka, Didi has done this. Mother is smart. Mother understood what her daughter is doing. So she was telling in the class that when I saw my daughters behave like that, I understood that this is how we are also doing. Sometimes we go through some bad experience, but because we don't know how to choose thoughts, we exaggerate, we horribilize it, and we make it more red. And that's why we create a reality which is more miserable than what it is. This is how we suffer. You know, Buddha used to say that when the first arrow hits you, it pains you. But the bigger pain is the second arrow. What is the second arrow? Second arrow is our stories that we say after the first arrow hits us. Some bad thing happens, somebody insults you. That's painful. And then all the thoughts we choose, that's like the second arrow, third arrow. So we make our lives more miserable by the wrong thought choices. It's like somebody has stabbed you on the stomach. It's painful. And then we take that knife and we start moving it. That is our situation. So therefore, you know, I'm a traveling preacher. I go to different places. In one place, 2 leaders don't talk to each other. In one place, small. It's a new temple. So this fellow is saying, Prabhuji, he's very mean. I said, what happened? You know, without asking me, he took my chappal away once. Small things, you know. And then 10 years ago, he told me like that. So carrying grudges for years because of not knowing how to handle the thoughts. So what this creates? Toxicity. Therefore, we need to choose our thoughts. Is this clear? I want to share one quote with you before we enter how we can change our thoughts. This is Viktor Frankl. He's written a book called Man's Search for Meaning. This is considered as the greatest book of the 20th century. He was in the Nazi concentration camp. He survived. And it's an amazing book. So he says, very beautiful quote. Listen to this carefully. Between every stimulus and our response, there is a space. Stimulus means what happens to us, and response is how we respond. He says, between every stimulus and our response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom. And in that freedom lies the secret of our growth, success, and happiness. Did you understand this? Can I repeat it again? Between every stimulus and our response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom. And that freedom is the secret of our growth, success, and happiness. So these are the 2 topics we discussed today. The first one, what is thoughts, speech, and feelings? Speech is sound which is manifested, and it is also known as Vaikari. Thoughts is subtle speech, which is Madhyama, and feelings is a wave in the consciousness, it is Pashyanti. And the voice of the soul is called Paravak. And we discussed that we cannot hear the soul's voice unless we improve the Vaikari, Madhyama, and Pashyanti. And the second topic we discussed, why we should choose our thoughts. What is the answer? Why we should choose our thoughts? We can change our feelings. And what are the 3 different choices we have of thoughts? Tamoguna, Rajoguna, or Sattvaguna. And now we'll discuss briefly how we can choose our thoughts. I follow what I call as the BJP formula. There is no subliminal suggestion here. It's just B stands for breathing, J for journaling, and P for prayers. So I spent some time, I try to spend time every day on breathing, slowing down, journaling, and offering articulated prayers. So that helps us choose the right kind of thoughts. In fact, the book on overthinking, which is my latest book, I've explained all the three concepts in great detail. How we can choose our thoughts through breathing, journaling, and praying. When you're standing in front of the deities and you're praying, Radha Gopinath, I love you, I want to serve you. Do we all pray in Vaikari or Madhyama? Madhyama. Why? What will happen if everybody starts speaking out loud? It will create such confusion and irritation, right? Everybody, so all of us pray at thoughts or at speech level? Thoughts level. But the problem is, because we're not experienced on choosing thoughts, what happens when we pray? Our mind goes everywhere. We are not able to pray clearly. Have you experienced this? Imagine you are alone in the temple hall and only deities and nobody is there, and you could speak, you could offer your prayers in Vaikari. Then you will be able to pray more clearly, or you'll be able to pray more clearly when you are in thoughts. Vaikari, speech. But unfortunately, we cannot do that. So then what do? So the best solution is writing. When you write, you are able to choose your thoughts. You can choose your prayer. You can invest energy into it. And then you can come in front of the Lord and offer. Are you getting what I'm saying? Like one day I was praying in front of Radha Gopinath like this. So this is how I was praying at Madhyama level. But I'm now speaking it out so that you know what is happening inside. Dear Radha Gopinath, please help Sanjay and Manisha. Both of them are such a nice couple, but they're going through divorce. Please help them. This is a good, so far so good, right? This is how prayers begin very nicely generally. But then the mind takes over. The thoughts go on. But the mind started saying, what is the thought I got? It is Manisha's fault. That girl is stupid. And their case study is exactly like that girl, that girl Rupa in Birmingham, in London, in England. They are also going through divorce in London, that couple. Same case study. Oh, that girl in London, she looks exactly like your Barbie, remember? Oh, your Barbie died in that scooter accident. Oh, her son was sitting behind her, and he was without helmet. She was wearing helmet, but she died on the spot. Nothing happened to him. And she was hit by that bus. These bus drivers are very bad. Oh, that bus, talking about the bus, remember that bus which met with an accident outside High Court in Mumbai, remember? In 1993. And that bus was so badly hit that two-wheeler, that fellow died on the spot. Oh, that High Court, yes. Remember that man who was running with the dragger soaked in blood? Oh, that was a ghastly scene. Oh, that was exactly like the scene out of that movie which we saw in Metro Cinema, remember? We had gone for that movie with Vikas, Siddharth, all the names. And Siddharth is in Canada now. Vikas is in Dubai, and Sanjay is in London. Now, London, that girl is going through divorce. Oh, Sanjay and Krishna, please save their marriage. And throughout those 10 minutes, I'm standing in front of deities. Inside, all this is happening. Around the world I've gone. And time zone also. 1996 mein chala gaya. Then kidhar, Dubai gaya, Canada gaya, movies mein gaya. Everywhere the mind has gone and come back to present. And after I finished the prayers, I was going out, and one VTA boy, Prabhuji, how nicely you are praying to the Lord. I didn't have the heart to tell him where my mind was. Anybody has experienced like something like this? Anybody here? So this case study I'm sharing to explain how this happens to us, because our thoughts are not in our control. Right? So therefore Bhagavatam says, very beautiful verse. You can repeat this verse after me. Madashraya katam rishtha शृण्वन्ति कथयन्ति च तपन्ति विविधास्थापान् नैतान् मद्गतचेतसा. Lord Kapila Dev is telling his mother Devavati that a devotee enjoys. How? Madashraya Katha. He takes shelter of my stories, my pastime. Shrinvanti Katayanti cha. He speaks Bhagavatam, he hears Bhagavatam. And when he does that, Tapanti, Vividastapa, all the suffering of the world, Naitan, it doesn't affect him. Some of you may say, but I am hearing, I am chanting, I am coming to temple for so many years, but still I am suffering. And the last word is very important. Naitan madgata chetasa. The thoughts have to be invested when hearing all of this. It's not simply external vaikari, it has to be the madhyama level. And when we invest the thoughts, that means the consciousness, the energy into it, then Bhagavatam works wonders. Is it clear? So I'll give an example of how we could do this. So for example, Nalukuver and Manigriv in the 10th canto, they see Krishna, they are offering prayers. Now when I'm going to tell the translation of this prayer. Now this is, all the prayers in Bhagavatam are teaching us how we can choose thoughts when we come in front of Krishna. Vani gunanukatane shravanau kathayam hastau cha karmasu manastava padayorna smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drishti satam darshanestu bhavattanunam. So they are saying, oh my dear Lord, let our tongues, Vani gunanukatane shravano kathayam, let us always glorify you, my dear Lord. Let us always hear your glories. Hastau cha karmasu manastava padayorna. Let our hands be engaged in serving you. Let our mind be fixed on your lotus feet. Smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname. Let us always remember your pastimes. Let our head be on the temple offering dandavats to you. Drishti satam darshanestu bhavattanunam. Let my eyes always look at your beautiful form. So this is a prayer offered by Nalukuver and Manigriv. When we come in front of the Lord, we can repeat these prayers at the thought level. When we do this, what is happening? We are connecting with Krishna at the thoughts level, not simply at the speech level. And then after offering these thoughts, then what is the next step we have to do? We have to enter the Pashyanti Vak, right? We want to enter that feeling space. So to enter that feeling space, this is what we have to do. Just be present. Mindful. When you are present, it's like hearing the Lord. You are accessing the Lord. You know, okay, it's like this. When you have a conversation with someone, what do? You speak and only speak. You also listen. So a conversation is successful when I speak and when I listen. When we come in front of Krishna also, we are supposed to speak and listen. So how do we speak to Krishna? Okay, let's see who can answer. How do we speak to Krishna? Tell me one word. Speech and thoughts. This is the answer. Thoughts, mainly thoughts. So when we offer thoughts to Krishna, that is like speaking with Krishna. All of you understand? Like you're speaking with me when you're offering your speech, then I can understand what you're saying. If you talk to me in thoughts, I cannot understand. But with Krishna, of course, Krishna can understand speech also, but generally we offer our thoughts. So that is equal to speaking. Now, a conversation is complete when you're not simply speaking, you're also listening. So what is listening compared to in our relationship with Krishna? Present, being mindful, receiving. So after offering prayer, you are just present. Like when chanting, Prabhupada said, just listen. 3 techniques for improving chanting. Listen, listen, listen. Listen means receive Krishna. Taking Charanamrit. Taking darshan. Sometimes we take darshan for so long and then you come out of the temple or somebody says, Hari, we're taking darshan for so long. What is the color of Gopinath's pagadi? I don't know. What you are taking darshan? So we are not present. So, in a conversation, we speak and we listen. With Krishna, what are the two things we do? We offer thoughts and present. So, after offering thoughts, sometimes you just sit in the class, Bhagavatam or temple hall. Just sit, be present. And you will hear a voice. You will feel sheltered. That feeling is Krishna's voice. Krishna giving you that wave of shelter. So this is the way we can offer thoughts. Now the main thing is feeling. Now you'll say, "Okay, Prabhuji, thoughts also I've learned today. I'm going to write journals. I will offer thoughts. But please teach us techniques of how we can connect with Krishna at the level of feelings." Isn't it important? Don't you want to know techniques? Imagine you learn techniques from Bhagavatam by which you can enter into Pashyanti Vak. Amazing, isn't it? You can connect with Krishna. And what is the technique for Pashyanti? What is it did we discuss today? You have to be present. You have to go deep. You have to meditate. And the Bhagavatam has many, many verses which says, just meditate, be present. So, in the Bhagavatam, the technique, I'm giving one of the many, many techniques. This is like many, many examples are given like this. So this is what you could do when you take darshan of Gopinath next time. Sachintayet bhagavatis charanaravindam vajrankushadvajasarorualanchanadhyam uttunga rakta vilasam nakachakravala josnabirahadamahad hridayandakaram. Lord Kapiladev is saying, this is what you need to do. Focus your attention. Just be present on this. Sachintayet bhagavatis charanaravindam, the lotus feet of the Lord. It has a pinkish hue. Focus on it. And then when you meditate, increase your meditation on Vajrankushadvajasarorualanchanadhyam. There is a thunderbolt sign on the Lord's lotus feet. Meditate on that. Vajra Ankusha, the elephant goad. The lotus flower. Dvaja, the flag. So when we do that and then go on the nails, Uttunga Rakta Vilasam Nakachakravala, the Lord's nails are dazzling like pearls. And from that a light will come. Josna Birahadamahat Hridayandakaram, the darkness of the heart will go away. All the clutter, kachara will go away, and that light will take your feelings to the level of shelter. And from those feelings, you will get the thoughts that Krishna is so nice. And then your speech also will come out, Krishna is so kind, Krishna is so nice. You see Srila Prabhupada's lectures, many lectures he says this. So, Krishna is your best friend. Krishna loves you. Krishna is so nice. You hear Prabhupada's lectures. Those words are coming from the thoughts. And those thoughts are coming from deep sense of love and belonging. So this is how we choose. I remember this verse, what happened. I want to tell you this story. There is a very beautiful deity of Krishna in America, Dallas, Radha Kalachandji. Radha Kalachandji is so beautiful, with a round face and very attractive deity. So I was in one devotee's house and I was leaving their house, and now I'll be seeing them after 1 year. But there is an emotional kind of farewell. I was telling them, you are so lucky you are serving Radha Kalachandji. And I was describing Radha Kalachandji's lotus feet, the nails, all that. And I chanted this verse. I explained this verse in great detail, saying that, all these signs are there. And as I was saying this, that Mataji started crying. And Prabhuji looked at her, and he also started smiling. And both of them are looking at each other, then looking at me. I said, what happened? They said, Prabhuji, you are just speaking this verse out of your own thing, but you won't believe it. What a coincidence. We kept a gift for you. And in the gift, that kept exactly those things that are decorating the nails of Kalachandji. And they gave it to me. And they said, and you are speaking about all these things without knowing that this is the gift we are giving you. So they felt very emotional. And I said that, see, I'm saying, what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make is when we are connecting with Krishna at the level of Madhyama and Pashyanti, then we start seeing Krishna's hand in our life on a day-to-day basis. See, I don't see it every time, but I started one journal called, every day morning I write, in the last 24 hours, how did I experience Krishna? Or how did I see Krishna in my life? Sometimes I have to think hard. but I get some revelation. Krishna is always coming to us. Krishna is always advising us, is arranging us something for us, is allowing us to do many things. But we don't recognize it because we are so busy. But when we pause and when we offer Krishna our thoughts and when we are present, we can see Krishna in our day-to-day life. I'll give an example. Once in the train, I'm sure all of you must have gone through something like this. We have this, Hare Krishna devotees have, this is a part of our paraphernalia, right? Hare Krishna, I was chanting in the train. I felt a little sleepy. I kept the bead bag on the table in front of in the train. There was I kept it and I dozed off. I was tired. Then my station came. I got down. And while getting down, I suddenly remembered, Arey, bead bag. I came back, picked up my bead bag and then got down. Ordinary incident, right? But next day morning when I was writing, how did Krishna appear? Or how did Krishna come in my life in the last 24 hours? Now if you see, in one sense, Krishna says in the Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I give remembrance, I give forgetfulness. So in one sense, what actually happened, I mean, I'm not so advanced, but I'm just giving an example. What happened is, it's like I'm getting off the train and Krishna is always there with me. Krishna is tapping. Arey, Prabhu, you forgot your bead bag. Oh, Prabhu, you will not say Prabhu, you will say rascal. You rascal. Krishna will say, you rascal, you forgot your bead bag. Oh, yes. And I go back. So Krishna is the best friend, right? Krishna is there in the heart. So it is such an ordinary incident, but we could see it as Krishna guiding us. So this is helping us enter the space of Pashyanti Vak, the feelings for Krishna. Just being present, entering that space. How did Krishna appear? And choosing our thoughts. So like this, when we practice our life, lot of layers get peeled off and we are able to connect with Krishna. So to help you increase your Pashyanti connection, the connection with Krishna at the level of meditation, absorption, I have few verses from the Bhagavatam I'll chant. This is Bhishma Devi is teaching us how to remember Krishna. Meditate on Krishna. He's on the battlefield on a bed of arrows. And he's saying, Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavarnam Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadane Vapuralakakula Vrutananabjam Vijaya Sakheratirastu me Anavadya. He's saying Krishna is the most beautiful personality. Now, Bhishma is saying this so that we can meditate on this form. Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavar. His complexion is like tamal tree. Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadan. He has got a glistening, dazzling, yellowish garments. Vapuralakakula Vrutananabjam. His body is covered with sandalwood pulp. And his face is like a lotus flower. And Vijaya Sakhe Ratir Astume Anavadya. This is what he's teaching us. Let my mind be focused on this form of Krishna, who is the best friend of Arjuna. And what was I doing with Krishna on the battlefield? I was shooting arrows at Krishna's body. Yudituragarajo Vidhumra Vishvak Kachalulita Shamavari Alan Kritasye Mama Nishita Sharer Vibhidyamana Tvachi Vilasat Kavachestu Krishna Atma. He's saying, I'm shooting arrows and Krishna is driving. He has got the bridle by which he's controlling the horses, and the dust is rising, and his hair is getting scattered, and he's sweating, and the sweat drops are falling on his cheeks like pearl drops, and my arrows are shooting his body, and the blood is coming out. And Prabhupada says, these arrow bites are like the lover's love bites. And Bhishma shooting arrows at Krishna is like a lover throwing a rose flower at the beloved. So they're having that rasa, they're having that relationship. And he's remembering all that. Mama Nishita Sharir Vibhidyaman, I'm shooting arrows. And then he's saying, Tvachi Vilasat Kavachestu Krishna Atma. This Krishna I want to meditate in my heart. So this is Bhagavatam teaching us. Meditate on Krishna's form. Be present. When you are, being present is the key of Pashyanti Vak. अगणित गुण गण भूषित रामा अवनीतनया कामित रामा राख चंद्र समानन राम पितृवाक्य श्रित कानन राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम. So this is how we meditate on Lord Ram also, that he has unlimited qualities. Aganita Gunagana Bhushita Rama. And all the young girls of Ayodhya are looking at Lord Ram with great joy. And Raka Chandra. See, Lords, see, like Krishna's, this verse I remembered because of Krishna, his face is decorated with dust. That is also an object for meditation. In this world, when your face gets dirty after playing cricket and you come home, your face doesn't become beautiful, you wash your face. But Krishna's face is beautified, it becomes more beautiful when there is dust. Lord Ram's face in the battlefield, it is filled with dust and it becomes more beautiful. This is what the gopis are also saying. Dina parikshaye nila kunthale vanaruhananam bibradavrutam ghanarajasvalam darshayan muhur manasina smaran virayachasi. In the Gopi Gita, they are saying that the whole day we are waiting, Krishna, you have come back from pasturing grounds, and Vanaruhan, you have got these beautiful garlands, the forest flowers, and Ghanarajaswalam, the dust is there on your face and your hair, and that, seeing that, our love for you is increasing more and more. So we have so many ways we can meditate on Krishna's form. Even the dust on his body, his lotus feet, the signs on his feet. So there are, the Bhagavatam has so many descriptions of Krishna's beauty. So this is the way we can connect. And when we are living at this level consistently, then we will reach the stage of Paravak. Is this clear? So to summarize, we discussed 3 topics today. The first topic was what? What is thoughts, speech and feelings? Thoughts, speech is Vaikari, it is sound in gross form. Then there is Madhyama, which is thoughts, which is subtle. And then there is feelings, which is Pashyanti, which is a wave in the consciousness. And the soul's voice is Paravak. We cannot understand soul's voice because we are Nimka Pedka Kida. Right? The second topic, why we should choose our thoughts? Because we can change our feelings. What comes first, thoughts or feelings? We don't know. But feelings we don't have control, but thoughts we can control. And which of the 3 thought choices we should choose? Sattva. Sattva we should choose, right? So this is the second topic. And how do we choose our thoughts and feelings? For thoughts we discussed breathing, journaling and praying. So journaling, what does it do? It slows down our mind, and while praying, instead of the mind taking us everywhere, we can choose our prayerful thoughts. And regarding Pashyanti Vak, what we discussed? Meditate on the Lord's form, Lord's beauty. And what is the key of conversation with Krishna? In a conversation, what are the 2 important things in any conversation? Speaking and listening. If Krishna, what are the 2 things we are supposed to do? Choose our thoughts and be present. And when we do this, meditating on Krishna's form, choosing the right kind of thoughts, if Krishna is pleased with us, we'll be able to hear his voice, Paravak. And that way we can make our lives perfect. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you, Prabhu, for this wonderful class. I got a very expert comment from His Grace Vraj Bihari Prabhu. He said, think better, feel better, and then live better. So thank you for that wonderful sutras and the explanation. So now we request all of you, if you have some questions, you can raise your hands and you can ask. I will pass on the mic to you. You have one more mic. तब तक ये mic दे देते.
I can repeat your question if you speak loud enough.
Hare Krishna. As humans, we tend to live in past and in future, but we tend to lessly live in present moment. How can we practically live in present? What are the techniques that we can use to live in present and be in the moment?
See, this is you live in the present moment by being in the present moment. There are some questions, when you ask how you do it by doing it. So, but still, to honor your question, you could try some things. Like you could try breathing. So, when I say breathing, this is explained by Srila Sanatana Goswami, one of our main acharyas, in his book Hari Bhakti Vilas. He recommends devotees do pranayam before they chant their japa and also before deity worship. So, breathing is a scientific method. It slows down your brain waves. Generally, it is in beta frequency, very high frequency. So, when you do something like this, inhale to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, then exhale to the count of 4 slowly, and you see your body relax, and the mind will go everywhere. Don't beat your mind, don't castigate, don't chastise yourself. Oh, mind is wandering. Let the mind wander. Gently come back to the present moment. So these are simple ways we can do. And when we think too much, how to do it? We're in the control mode. So ठीक है, my mind is wandering. See, there is a difference between mind being distracted and mind wandering. Mind wandering is not bad. Some of the greatest Nobel laureates, they have acknowledged that they got the best ideas when their mind was wandering, when they were relaxing. We are scared all the time. We are trying to control. So what happens when you're trying to control? It appears to be as if you are concentrating. We're in the present, but mind is in one of the 5 stages generally. Kshipta, Mudha, Vikshipta. Vikshipta appears to be concentrated, but it's in the mode of passion and control freaks. So it's not healthy. So the ideal thing is just relax. Let the guard down. So basically the key of being present in the moment is detached. Detached from results. Detached from, like, I'll give an example. How many of you heard of the name Shane Warne? Shane Warne. कौन है वो? Australian leg spinner, right? So when I was a young boy in college, that time the famous leg spinner in the world was Abdul Qadir, Pakistani leg spinner. So that time India-Pakistan relations were not so bad, in the sense we could be fan of Pakistani team also. Nobody used to feel threatened. Aajkal, you can't say I'm a fan of Pakistani team. Or there's nothing to be fan of Pakistani team anyway. But Abdul Qadir was the greatest leg spinner. And I used to fancy myself, I wanted to be a leg spinner. But I never bowled so well. I never went beyond my school. So even now sometimes my hand goes like this. So what happened? And then when I came to college, this Shane Warne became very famous. And this would turn the ball viciously. And I used to think, wow, kya hai yaar? Of course, then I came to Krishna consciousness, I forgot. And then he died. Somebody told me Shane Warne has died. Recently, I think he died. And then they gave me an interview of the secret, how he had revealed in an interview, why he is able to turn the ball so viciously. And he revealed a secret, which I realized I did not know that when I was playing cricket. He said, I am detached when I am holding the ball. He said, I hold the ball very light. And I run very lightly. And just before releasing the ball, I grip it. And I realized my problem was when I was playing cricket, I was holding the ball very tight. Control. it was not turning as viciously. So being present, being mindful means detached. ठीक है, mind wander हो गया, ठीक है. You are chanting japa, 10 rounds you chanted, 12 rounds you chanted, mind was wandering. No, don't start beating yourself, ठीक है. Now be present. हो गया, हो गया. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki. So this is the key of being present. Main thing is detached. Detached from not being present. Don't get disturbed by the fact that you are not present. Krishna. It's okay. Be present now. Present means present now, right? Not yesterday or tomorrow or day after. So Prabhuji, I will be very present from tomorrow. Abhi. Okay? Somebody has to choose who will. Yeah. I'll take his question. Okay. He has a microphone. Okay, he also has a microphone. Somebody has to take a call on. Okay. Yes.
You talked about us more horrifying the situation that we are in right now, which I agree that I do it. But what are your thoughts on considering the worst case scenario in a situation and then calculating your risk and thinking about it?
Of course, we should do that.
Then it leads to us horrifying that situation more, which leads to like having tensed feelings and then being in that situation and trying to control it more.
You learn by trial and error. How much to use the smartphone? When the smartphone came first time, people did not know how much to use it. Some people spent an inordinate amount of time on the smartphone and they realized that it's taking away a lot of my time. Some people went to the other extreme, they completely denied the smartphone and they realized that they're not able to expand their business or they're not able to. So how much social media to use, how much not to use? You learn by trial and error. So when you're planning risk analysis, you do some things and you get an idea, then you should also at the right time be detached. हो गया इतना कर लिया अभी डिटैच you'll say अभी कैसे करने का that you learn by trial and error you'll realize अरे ज़्यादा हो गया ये ज़्यादा फालतू में सोच रहा था है ना. So we many things in life na the solutions don't come. It's not a pill that you take and you figure out all the things. We have to be ready to make mistakes, learn. See, our problem is we want to have perfect solutions all the time, never make mistakes. It doesn't happen like that. We make mistakes. We realize, oh, last 2 years I was doing a lot of overthinking. It's okay. Now I learned this. Now I'll do this. Like a pendulum. See, it's a whole journey, whole life you have to go through this. And at each stage you learn new lessons. So if you're looking for quick fixes, ready solutions, I don't have them. These are principles, you practice them and you navigate. Okay?
Hare Krishna. Before we move on to one more question, I would request His Grace Vajrayapur to speak about the book, please. Yes.
So this is a book called Break Free from Overthinking, where I've covered 5 principles by which we can overcome overthinking. Overthinking is when we are thinking in the same loop without solution and without action. We are stuck. So there is A, B, C, D, E, 5 solutions. A is awareness. Awareness means separating ourselves from the mind. You have heard this? I am not the body, I am the soul. Similarly, this chapter teaches us how I am not the mind. I am not the thoughts. Thoughts are not me. That is awareness. And the second chapter is B, A, B, C, D, E. B is for breathing. Almost 50 pages on breathing. What is science of breathing, how it helps, conscious breathing. Then C is chanting. And D is diary or actually journaling. So I use because I wanted to make it an acronym that can be easily remembered. And E is for energy. Energy basically refers to gratitude, blessings, appreciation, tapping this energy. And when we have these 5 practices in our lives, then overthinking can be handled. So I have lots and lots of stories and pastimes of Srila Prabhupada in this book. So I request all of you to take this book. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So one question he's asking from a lot of time. So our request is, as the lecture ends and there will be a kirtan, after kirtan, we have requested Prabhuji to kindly be down at the bookstall. There are wonderful books written by Prabhuji. One of the book is Mind Your Mind, 3 Principles of Controlling the Mind. Then there is Are You Connected? So these are the treasures. You can really have it with you. So make sure you go and visit and take the advantage. So the last question we'll have.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. I have got a lot of things to take home. Prabhuji, my question is that, as you said, we always have 3 options of choosing our thought. That is tamas, rajas and sattvic. And as a human being, we often choose to go towards the tamas because, as you said, we keep on exaggerating and we make it more red so that we can show. So I just want to know how to pause at that moment that we should stop making it more and more red, and we should go towards sattvic or rajas rather than choosing the tamas one.
Yeah, many times we're not able to choose at the spur of the moment. All of you have experienced this. We make a mistake at that time and we are desperate to make the right choice at that moment. That's where you are coming from. I'm giving you a different paradigm. It's okay to make a wrong choice. Okay? Make a wrong choice. At that spur of the moment, you make a blunder. I'm saying it's okay. But you are not always in that state. Later on, when you are a little sober, come back and do some reflection, do some resolution. And then again, next time you are in a provocative situation, again you may make a mistake. It's okay. But again, come back. The more you come back, see, coming back to Krishna is more important than making the right choice of Krishna, because eventually you'll be able to make the right choice if you keep coming back to Krishna. I request you to hear Srila Prabhupada's lectures. Srila Prabhupada gave lectures on 6th canto of Bhagavatam in Mumbai, December 1st week, 1974. So in those lecture series, Prabhupada says what every devotee should do in ISKCON. He says we should capture Krishna. Is it easy? He gives example of Mother Yashoda who captured Krishna by her love. When I was hearing this, I said, my God, I can't do this. So Prabhupada said, we should capture Krishna. Then Prabhupada understood, we will not be able to do it. So he said, if you cannot capture Krishna, then at least choose Krishna. Choose Krishna means when you are having temptation or distraction and you have Krishna, then make a choice of Krishna. But when you hear this, that is a question you are asking, that I can't even choose Krishna because I am making a mistake. So then later on Prabhupada says, if you can't choose Krishna, then at least come back to Krishna. After you make a wrong choice, Maya is waiting and watching you bleed because of the wrong choice, and Maya enjoys to see you suffering because of your wrong choice. At that time when she is not beating you, but enjoying your pain, seeing you pain, that time you come back to Krishna. The more you come back to Krishna, the more you get the strength to make the right choice in the provocative situation. Now somebody may say, but I cannot even come back to Krishna. When Prabhupada anticipated that we will say this, so Prabhupada scoffed at that idea and he dismisses it. He says, oh, coming back to Krishna, you can always come back. What is the problem? Come back to Krishna, he says. And then he gives an example. He says, coming back to Krishna is very easy. Like our Indian women. He gives example of Indian Matajis. He says, whole day they are busy, carrying water, taking care of the children, managing so many things at home. But however busy they are, you will see that their hair is in proper order. So however busy they are, the Prabhupada says, but they take care of the bunch of hair. Similarly, Prabhupada says, the hair here is compared to what? Remembrance of Krishna, coming back to Krishna. Prabhupada says, similarly, whole day we may be busy, running around, making mistakes, wrong choices. But come back to Krishna. Come back to Krishna somehow. Come back. The more we come back, the more we will be able to choose Krishna. Is that okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, thank you, Vraj Bihari Prabhu, for this wonderful Krishna conscious wisdom sharing with us, making us closer to Krishna. We enjoyed the everything and learnt many things today, which will help us becoming Krishna conscious. So there are few announcements. Before the announcement, let us thank Prabhuji by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And let us pray sincerely at the lotus feet of Radha Gopinath ji that we get his association more and more. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So few announcements. Those who have come for first time for this Prerana Festival है जो पहली बार आए हैं, kindly stand up at their place. अपनी जगह पे खड़े हो सकते हैं. पहली बार जो आए Prerana Festival में. Yeah, you can be outstanding. Okay. Hare Krishna. So let us welcome these nice devotees by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we pray at the lotus feet of Radha Gopinath ji that this should be a very good spiritual beginning for all of you. So every month we have a Prerana Festival and keep in touch with the devotees and you can flourish in your life. Okay. So for you, you have got a special coupon. So there is a Bhaktivedanta hall down. There is a Porsche. There is a gift for the newcomers. So please take your gifts. Okay. So thank you. Kindly be seated now. Hare Krishna. So next announcement is today's Prerana Festival services. Morning, they have been rendered by the volunteers from the Bhavans College. Then evening services, they have been rendered by our Koladweep-based devotees that are guided by Sachishut Charan Prabhu and Arvind Madhav Prabhu. And evening plate washing seva is done by the IVS devotees guided by His Grace Venu Gopal Prabhu. So let us thank them by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And next Prerana will be on 14th of March by His Grace Nanda Dulal Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So now we'll have ecstatic kirtan. In kirtan, we will have dancing in circles. Okay, make sure you dance in circles. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.